So you want to know how to get every item for the Duke's Archives? Well, I'm Blade Seed Studios, and this is my guide. First things first, we're going to start off with the pathway that's off to the left, off from Analondo Bonfire, and we are going to proceed forward. There's going to be a couple boars here. You're going to go ahead and take those out. If you do not get the Fanged Boar Helm, you will get it from one of these guys. There's 3 boars in the game, and those 3 boars, it is guaranteed among one of them to drop. Go ahead and grab the bonfire after killing the boars, and there's going to be an elevator. Go ahead and take that up, and there's going to be some undead crystal soldiers up here. They have a chance of dropping a few different items. And then there's going to be a crystal golem over to the right. If you have started your DLC content where you have freed Dusk of Olasil, you will end up getting the pendant from this crystal golem. Broken pendant. Pendant's a natural item in the game, so ignore that. But anyways, there's going to be a channeler here. I'll go over the loot table in a second. Make sure he doesn't buff the crystal guards. Grab this item hidden behind the stairs. It's the soul of a brave warrior. So let's go over channelers real quick. So they have a 1% drop rate of a channeler's trident, which will buff your attack damage, which is pretty insane. However, if they do their dance and buff all the enemies around, they do Muko damage. It is not fun to deal with. Grab your single piece of Twinkling Titanite sitting on this little overledge here, and then we're going to keep going left, and there's going to be a Mimic here. So go ahead and smack him around and steal the loot, or throw a Lloyd's Talisman at him and make him fall back asleep. Crystal Knight Shield, nothing too special, but hey, whatever. We're gonna continue forward. There's going to be another item on the other side. So run back across the stairs and go all the way down the left-hand side, and there's going to be a chest. Go ahead and open that, and there's going to be another single piece of Twinkling Titanite. So normally you would go up to the elevator at the end of this hall here and go up and fight Seat the Scaleless for your first encounter in this area. However, I've already done that to make this guide a little bit easier. Along with, I also want to mention that you can see a chest here on this right hand side. That is the Avalon. We will be getting that. So then we're going to go ahead and take a left, and then we're going to take an immediate left going all the way up the stairs, and then we are going to go straight into the next room to where the spinning staircases are, and we're going to literally grab the Avalon as our next item. Spin the gear that's in the middle of the staircase, and you kind of got to jump off at like the halfway point and land using the momentum and get the chest, and boom, just like that, you got the Avalon. Definitely took me a couple tries to get this. It gets everybody, it kills everybody, but hey, it's what we ask for wanting all the loot and exploring. But anyways, finish running down the staircase, and then on the right hand side there's going to be a chest containing a Twinkling Titanite, just a singular one. Go ahead and pick that up. Then we're going to go running back on up the staircase, and there's going to be more loot for us. At this point you're going to end up running all the way down the hall down to the next staircase, and then you're going to run all the way up it, and there's going to be a channeler there. Take him out, and then over on the right hand side there's going to be a chest sorcery called the Strong Magic Shield. It's actually very strong. At this point you're going to want to turn the gears on the staircase, and you're going to want to go down to the floor below us, and then you're going to go ahead and go down the ladder so we can collect some gear and hit the bonfire. Big Hat Logan will be down here. I am taking you through the story and guideline and that with all my guides, so go ahead and follow through along and you'll be alright. Down in this area you're going to be able to find the channeler set, and you'll find a mimic that actually drops an enchanted falchion, and then there's another chest hidden back in the corner that will drop the crystal ember, and then there is another chest that is the Duke's Archives key. And then after that you can go and down this staircase after activating the lever, and there's going to be another chest that's filled with prism stones. And of course, don't forget to grab your blue Titanite chunk out of this chest. This is also where Big Hat Logan will be. We'll be able to buy a few spells off from him, but first we gotta unlock him. He's trapped in yet another cage. We're gonna go where Seat the Scaleless put us in prison for a little while. We need to go and do the quest line. Spin the gears on the staircase, go ahead onto the bottom of the next floor, and then go over to the left. There's gonna be a little pathway, follow along until you reach the ladder. I do suggest doing this area the first time that you come through here instead of, going back, but you already have to go back to do Big Hat Logan anyway, so I'm gonna show you how to do this area for the first time when you originally get trapped in here. First things first is you gotta attack the snake that's leaning up against the wall to get the key to unlock your cell door. There's gonna be a scene that plays. They're gonna unlock the Pisaka, which are gonna come and try to kill you, so be careful. There's gonna be a couple man serpents. I actually got lucky and got a man serpent greatsword, which is one of their drops. The first cell on the right you can skip, go on down to the second cell. It's gonna be locked, so you're gonna need a key, so you're gonna wanna go down to the third cell. There's gonna be a couple crystal bros that are trapped in this area. Go ahead and take them out, drop down the ledge, and grab the archive prison extra key. Now run back up to the cell that was previously locked, and you will get yourself a large soul brave warrior. Now go running all the way back down the stairs, all the way down to the bottom, and take it right into this little cage area. There's gonna be two of these piskas. They're gonna drop soothing sunlight and bountiful sunlight. Go ahead and talk to Big Hat Logan. And then running outside of the piska's enclosure cage area, there's gonna be a big old ladder. Go ahead and climb that, and we're gonna shut off the music box, and we are gonna go ahead and grab the chest that's at the end of the hallway, which contains the key to get out of this area. And then we're gonna jump back onto the future. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Poof. Then you're going to want to go ahead and climb the ladder, and there's going to be a door that unlocks with that key now, and then we're going to shoot off to the left before we go running through the door, because you want to pick up the maiden set. The maiden set is pretty unique. I like it. Go ahead and drop down from the ledge, and over to the right there's going to be another cell that we haven't been able to get to, and there's going to be the maiden set and the white seance ring. And then you can see down a little bit further, there's the bonfire where we originally started. But after that, go ahead and climb back up the ladder and get all the way back over to where Big Hat Logan is supposed to be sitting. Make sure you pick up your archive tower giant cell key over in the area before, and then you can go all the way back down and unlock his cage that he's trapped in. Make sure to fully exploit his dialogue, and then you want to go over and pick up your Firekeeper soul. It's a pretty good reward in my opinion. Then you can go down to this bonfire and go all the way over to Big Hat Logan, and once again fully exploit his dialogue and buy all of his spells. He has some of the crystal spells, some of the best spells in the game other than dark magic. If you've been following the guide for Siegmeyer of Katarina, this golden golem will be here containing his daughter, Sieglind of Katarina. After defeating the golem, she'll drop out and you can talk to her. Make sure you say yes to her. I've never really said no, but I go ahead and say yes just to make sure the quest progresses properly. Then you gotta meet her in Firelink. Make sure you say yes again. But anyways, after that we're gonna go ahead and jump back over to where all the crystal golems were. Normally I'd have these cleared out, but I decided not to because of the lower area. So there's gonna be a golem over to the right. There's gonna be 3 golems over to the left. You're gonna want to go ahead and go straight and avoid this golem and grab your blue titanite chunk. We are going to completely ignore the 3 golems having a little gangbang in the corner. That's not our cup of tea. And we're going to keep kind of following along the castle edge, and eventually you'll see another golem tucked way back in the corner, and there should be an item just kind of in a little bit of a weird spot over to the left. This is the crystalline set. It's a pretty cool set, truthfully. It's got crystals all over it and makes you feel cool. And that's it for this little area, so we're going to go ahead and push down further into the crystal cave. Now, the crystal cave is a pretty interesting area. It's filled with crystal golems. There's moonlight butterflies down here. There's a few items. There's hidden bridges that you have to walk across, so you just got to take this area a little slow and just be careful and mindful. The first item, we're going to go right over an invisible bridge. We're going to veer off to the left instead of going following the crystals, and this is going to be a piece of scrumptious humanity. Your first moonlight butterfly is going to be right down here to the left. You can take these out to get a few different blue titanite items. I'm just going to skip right over them because they're a pain in the ass to kill. You're going to have your second invisible bridge. This is your first main one. Go ahead and run directly across this. Go straight and just try to follow it the best that you can. You're going to want to run all the way down the big crystal, and then there's going to be a little drop off platform. After you drop off, there's going to be some crystal lizards here. Go ahead and take them fuckers out. And at the end of the hallway, there's going to be yet another hidden bridge. This is not an easy one. You need prism stones unless you're very experienced. Is it worth the hassle to go all the way over here? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I've died like 3 times trying to get over here. I'm not great at doing it, so. But yeah, anyways, there is a blue titanite slab. If you can manage to make it all the way over there without dying, it's like a weird side angle and then a downward crystal, and Yeah, I was very excited to finish it. But yeah, that was, a memory that we were just having. So we're gonna go turn around and just keep pushing forward. And if you drop down over to the right, there is going to be another gold golem. He's gonna be blocking a blue titanite chunk. You can see that I slipped off this crystal and died. There is an invisible bridge that runs all the way up to the original big crystal with the orange golem on it. Run back down that, jump down to the ledge, and then go straight. This is kind of a weird one too, where there's like this weird hole that you can fall down, so just try to follow the messages. That's my best advice. We're gonna veer off to the left before we go off to the right. There is a soul of a hero over here, so make sure to pick that up, and you're gonna activate the moonlight butterfly, so just be careful of that too. Now we're gonna go over to the right, and there's gonna be a bunch of clams over here. They can drop purging stones and humanity, which is pretty awesome in case you get cursed. But other than that, there's no items in this area, so you don't have to worry about that. You can just run straight to the boss if you want to. We're gonna let the big bag scaleless dragon come and try to fight us. He's gonna give us a little cutscene, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna chop off his tail and make a moonlight sword out of it and destroy his primordial crystal. So yeah, go ahead and destroy his primordial crystal. That'll make it so you can actually deal damage to him. And then we're gonna do a couple little tricks to try to get his tail, where he baits out an attack, and then we try to run around through his tail really quick and take a few swings at it. Eventually you'll be able to chop off his tail and you receive the moonlight greatsword. Phenomenal magic weapon, let alone a regular weapon. Upon defeating Seat the Scaleless, you're gonna end up receiving his Lord Soul and a humanity. But wait, I know we just killed the boss, but we still have one more thing that we gotta take care of. We gotta go and say hey to Big Hat Logan, because he is driven mad because you killed Seat the Scaleless. He unlocked all of the knowledge. Make sure to fully extort his dialogue and buy all of his spells. This will cause him to go mad. And then save and quit and go back in. So we're gonna go into like basically the original area that we started in, ride the elevator up to where we originally died to Seat the Scaleless. We're gonna see Big Hat Logan in an insane state of mind, and we're gonna have to fight him because he ended up going hollow on us. You'll also run into one crystal lizard and the crystalline warrior the first time that you come up here. You're gonna end up in the original room that Seath killed you in, but he is no longer there, so there's that. But instead is replaced with Big Hat Logan. Upon defeating him, you'll receive his big hat and a tin crystallization catalyst. You'll also receive white dragon breath, and in the middle of the room there's going to be a chest with a magic ember in it. Don't forget to run upstairs and find your soul of a great hero as well, and then we're going to continue forward. After you kill him, go back to the room where he sold you his spells. You will find a chest in his place with Logan's catalyst as well as the remainder of the big hat set. If this guide helped you out, I would appreciate if you guys gave me a like and a subscribes. I really appreciate every single one of you for watching. I'm Blade Seed Studios, and I'm out.